I'm excited today to present Joumana Mouawad, who wrote this beautiful book, L'Interdit. It's published in France by Veron Publications, and I'm really stoked to have this interview with her just for multiple reasons. And one of them being, I know how much she loved writing this and how much effort she actually put into this book. Hi, Joumana.
Hi, Jala.
How are you?
I'm good. You?
Good. Okay, so what's got you into writing?
Well, I always used to love writing, but I have chosen another career long time ago. And then I have decided to quit everything and start writing. And I wanted to write my first novel based on a true story. But the funny thing about it is that when I started, it was like, not like a joke, but it wasn't a serious project in my mind. And it was during COVID, and I was sitting on my bed, and I said, what if I write this story? I started on my phone, writing a small paragraph in the notes part, and I told friends to read a bit what I wrote, and they found it amazing. And I said to myself, okay, this is serious stuff. I'm going to start structuring this novel, and I'm going to start writing it. But it started like really like nothing, like what if, and it happened. After a year and 9 months, I published the novel in France. And then I brought it to Lebanon, made a signature ceremony. It was amazing. And it was sold out in a month. And then we ordered and reordered and reordered. And that's it. That's L'Interdit.
Yeah, and it's still sold out because I remember when I tried buying the book like a year later after you published it, it was still being sold out. So I had to keep on ordering it.
Yes, still. It's still in Librairie Antoine. It's still on online platforms, on Fnac, Amazon, Cultura, Bibliothèque Nationale de France. It is in France, in Belgium, in Switzerland. It is still on sale, for sure. Yes.
Did you find it therapeutic writing this book?
It was... The year I wrote this book was the most wonderful year of my life, because it was a year that it was a year that I took for myself. I said to myself, I'm not going to search for work. I'm not going to work. I'm just going to concentrate on my novel. And it was the most amazing year ever, because I was really taken away when writing it. I'm a winter person, okay? So most of it was created during winter. And I used to sit on my table in front of my laptop in my own apartment and just writing, and listen to the music and writing. And I used to turn off my phone because I was so into the story. And every time I wrote a paragraph, I read it again, and I was taken away, and again and again and again. So writing this book was the most beautiful sequence of my life. And when I ended it, when it was over and ready to be published, and when it was published and it was over, I was sad because I wanted this process to go back, to begin again and again and again, because it's a real therapy. It's like writing what you feel and writing what you lived was really an amazing moment.
So Romy is based on you.
Yes, it is. It is based on me, yes. It is based on a passion. It's not a love story. It's a passion. It's a passionate story, okay? Not everyone live a passion. You live a passion maybe once in your life and it never comes back. So this passion had to be written because it is very common. A passion story is very common, but when it comes with all the surroundings, with all the context, with the timing, you know, it was about timing. It happened. It had to happen, and it happened, and we knew it was going to happen. Both protagonists knew it was going to happen, and it happened. They were both afraid, but it happened. they fell in love passionately, and it happened. They knew it will not end up somewhere, but it happened. They let go of their feelings and they lived it. They really deeply lived it, but they knew it was going to end somewhere, but they lived it. So I think that every woman who did not live and felt a passion is a waste of time, because it's not something that you find or that you look for. It's something that comes to you, and you don't understand what's happening. It's like a storm. It's like you wake up one day and what is happening? What is that? What am I feeling? You can love, man. You can have love stories, but a passion is something unique. It's something that you cannot control. So sometimes you can understand women who or man who they shift from their routine or from their well-settled home because they cannot control it. And this is passion. So for me, every woman should live once a passion, and it's too bad if you don't live a passion. You can love man, you can cherish man, you can cherish your story, your love story, but a passion is something else. So yes, I wrote about this passion, and I wish it to every woman, married or not married. So this is l'interdit. This is l'interdit.
Okay, and the nice thing about this is that you incorporated August 4, which
Yes.
was a very difficult timing for anyone living in Beirut at the time.
Yes.
But in the story, it was even more complicated for these two characters. Can you explain a little bit more about that?
Yes. The story began in 2017. And in 2017, the protagonist, the main one, Romy, had her apartment in the area near the port of Beirut in Jumeirah. And she met Yvan. She knew Yvan years ago, but she saw Yvan again after years and years. And they wanted to see each other again. So the story began slowly, friends, not friends, seeing each other, having coffee, having dinner, and then when it evolved and it became, they cannot be without each other. Romy's apartment was their place. C'était leur nid d'amour. They used to hide from society, from the people around in this specific apartment. And when I started, the first chapter started with the explosion of the port of Beirut, because that was their shelter. And she comes to her home and she finds it all destroyed. She cannot live in it anymore. And when she left the apartment, she took a look at her furniture, their couch, their bed, the pillow he used to sleep on, their small terrace where they used to have a beer or a coffee, and she left. And all the souvenirs went back to this place, which is a small place. And then the story began in 2017. So it's like retrospective to what happened in 2017, 2020. She goes out, leaving her love story in this nest, and he was gone. He did not die, but he was no longer here. He was no longer in Lebanon, and everything was destroyed. And then I go back in the book to 2017 and all the love story that lasted for years. And at the end of the book, she goes back again to 2020 when he calls her from abroad and to check if she died. And she was so happy that she answered her phone because she was still alive. And he wanted to see her again. So this is how I incorporated the Beirut explosion and the context of Beirut in this passionate story, because I think that it's not a political thing or something. It's the context doesn't help. We always talk about economy, politics, tourism when it comes to the country, but we never talk about how this context in Lebanon can separate people as well, you know, because it was not just because it was an interdit story. It's not just that. It's because also if the country was suitable for everyone and a happy place for everyone, maybe these two people would have met again. But he couldn't have a future here. And she stayed and he left. So the country doesn't help also people to love each other on the same territory. It's always distance. And we see this a lot in our country. Like, yes, we want to be together, but you're here, I'm there. What should we do? So, entre les lignes, I say this in my book as well. So yes, the explosion exploded everything, even love stories. So yeah.
You know, I have to agree with you on this because based on my experience in the dating world, and it's so true, the second that you have this strong chemistry with a person, which is fairer, but once you do, for some odd reason, because they're so used to instability, they become very scared of it. And they become very scared of love, and they start thinking, am I hallucinating? Is this real? Is this not real? What's going on? Is it infatuation? Is it not infatuation? And the more I'm talking to people when it comes to their daily lives, their daily routine, you don't really see them happy. Like the only time you see them happy is when they're going out at night, because this is their escape. This is when they can let loose and enjoy the music. But the passion that you're talking about, it's very true. It's lacking, and I feel like because it's lacking, people don't know how to enjoy the right company. They choose people based on the right religion, the right whatever. They take all the right boxes. Okay, can I control this person? Is this person going to be submissive towards me? Yes or no? And this is what they go for. And because of that when they meet people who are free-spirited, who are very creative, who are,
yes,
they get really intrigued, but they get very scared of them. Because it's more like, but this person is a little bit unpredictable. This person is going to be a challenge, but a challenge in a good way. But do I want to be challenged? Because already I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Do I really want to go into this habit? And it's very sad.
It's very sad because, I'll tell you why, Tala, because you have to let go. When you want to be with someone, you just have to let go of everything around. It's like you want to live it like deeply. You have to let go of what do people think, or it's you and him, or him and her. It's just you. So you create your own world with the person you want to be with. Il faut faire abstraction du contexte and everything and just live it. You know, people don't know sometimes how to live it. They always think, what will this one think? What will people think? What will my family think? No. You just have to live your love story. Whether it ends somewhere or it ends completely, you just have to live it. And this is passion. And you just want to be with this person, you know? Yvonne, Romy. They want to be together, regardless everything, and they did it. But circumstances of life, les circonstances de la vie ont fait que they cannot at the end up together, but they loved each other. And ça va les cicatriser à vie. It's even when she's 80, she will always remember the story. Yeah, her passion.
So, her true love.
So, in some paragraphs in my book, I talk about les contraintes de la société. What should we do? What we should not do? Les règles. No, it's like she didn't give up. She didn't.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, she didn't, and she wanted to love this man, and she did it, and she loved him, and she doesn't regret. So you just have to go with the flow, and live your story.
But don't you feel like that should be also integrated with everything else that you do in life? Like it should be integrated with your job. It should be integrated with your everyday routine, with your everyday life. Like I always tell people, every day should be your honeymoon. Every day should be your birthday. Every day should be like you're waking up in the
Yes.
morning and you're just telling yourself, how could this day get me better? Every day, and people laugh at me because they'll be like, but it takes away Valentine's Day. I'm like, but every day should be Valentine's Day. And even if you don't have a partner, it should be towards yourself.
Yes, yes. I think you have to separate your work life from your love life. Okay, unless you're married, you have kids, that's a different story. But passion is not about that. Passion is never a happy ending.
You think so?
Yes, or it wouldn't be passion. It would end up. It will result in just love. You know, they love each other. They become friends at the end. Passion. No passion ever lasts forever. That's why we call it passion, because it's a forbidden thing sometimes, and that's the charm in it. That's the 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 strong feelings equal passion. This is what I think.
But don't you really, though, when it comes to love, though, you need to have a little bit of all the ingredients. Like you need to have a bit of passion, unconditional love, the friendship, the sexual, the whatever, for anything to last. Because to me, I agree with you. Like, yes, when you have that strong infatuation and so on and so forth, it's a good way for you to teach more about yourself, more about your sensuality, more about. But when it comes to the person that you also want to be with, you want to incorporate that because otherwise you're going to get bored. And if you don't have the whole thing when it comes between you and this person, eventually you're going to get bored. So I agree with you. You have that strong connection with the person that it may fade away, but the person that should last is the person who should make you feel alive too, or be happy to be alive, even if you can't stand them for that day.
Yes.
It's kind of like, oh, but I actually do miss him.
Yeah.
Even though I can't stand you right now, but I do miss you.
Yeah, but you know, it's different from passion. For me, passion is a completely different component. It's an entity by itself. A passion is not getting married and having children, a happy ending, you know. A passion is a passion.
Yeah.
You live it only once.
It's
Watch
really-
movies about passion. They never end up together.
No, they never end up together, but they always have this strong connection that they teach each other a
Yes.
lot about
Yes.
themselves and all
Yes.
the lessons
Yes.
and everything.
But it's just about passion. It's like when you see the person, when you wait for this person to come to you and to come visit you, or you go together somewhere, it's like everything is
Excitement.
moving in your body, everything is moving in your belly. It's like nothing else exists. It's you are in your own bubble, and the world doesn't exist anymore. The clock has stopped. The clock has stopped. So that's passion for me. Yeah.
But surprisingly enough, though, with me, it all comes like in, like it's never like continuous. It's either I meet this person and I have a beautiful, like, it could be a weekend, it could be a month, and then that goes away, and then I have the continuation with another person and another person. And so it's not like, so it's kind of like you and Yvonne, but and like until I reach that moment.
Yes.
Which is great, and it's amazing because it means it's great. I'm always going to have it, but at the same time, though, this is why when I read the book, I started crying. I was laughing, I was crying, I was sad. I'm like, no.
Yeah. You know, when it first came out, it was published, and I have some friends, married friends, okay, and they called me and they told me, I'm so happy with my marriage. In my marriage with my man, and so, but this, I never lived this. I want this, and I told them it's not something that you look for. It's something that comes to you out of the blue. It's like ça te tombe sur la tête, and you say no, because in the book, in fact, Romy was not comfortable with the situation. And at first it was l'amour platonique. Like for 6 months, she refused to have sexual relations with Yvon because in her mind, he's not hers, he's not hers, he's not hers. But at the end, she couldn't control it anymore, and they were really lovers, you know, and they wanted to express their love for each other. But she kept on thinking, should I? But she loved him. She loved him like crazy. He loved her like crazy. And it was a bit of l'amour platonique at the beginning. Like they used to spend many nights together just by hugging each other and loving each other platoniquement. And passion is not always related to the sexual part. It's also, you don't understand what's happening.
You don't understand what's happening.
No.
And the only person that understands you and can have deep conversations is with this person.
Exactly.
So all of them,
Yes.
they came to me at a phase where I was shifting, where I was becoming a better person, and I would attract one person. It would last for like a month, but the conversations I'd be having are conversations like no other. The emotional, the mental, the everything. Everything was just the spiritual aspects.
Exactly.
And until the final, like
Yes.
not the final one, but the last one that actually came, I had the most beautiful conversations talking to him about soulmates and different kinds of soulmates, which is rare because I don't have these conversations with anyone actually. And I felt, oh my God, so when we actually came together and we started talking, it was more like every day I was feeling alive and I was feeling like a breath of fresh air and the honesty and everything. But like you said, you cannot be together.
You cannot be together.
You cannot
yes.
be together.
Yes, yes.
But you know for
And that's
a fact,
passion.
But you know for a fact that he's always going to be there.
Yes, yes. The thing is when you're with this kind of persons, when you have this bond with a person, you know, it's you can just not talk, not say anything, and you understand what she's thinking and what she is thinking. There's une synergie entre les deux that is, you cannot describe it. And it happens only with one person. This is what I believe. You may love other men, but it will never be a passion with someone else.
No, it wouldn't, unless you have it like me, which comes in stages, then fine. But what Rumi and what Rumi and Yvonne had, no. I wish I had it with one guy rather than having different stages of my life. But at least I understand. Like I can relate to the characters.
Yes.
I can relate to the stories. I can relate how difficult it is to leave and walk out, and because it's worse than a breakup. I believe this is like the worst than a breakup, because you always want to hold on, and you're always going to be like, oh my God, I'm never going to have this with anyone else.
The thing is, what happened with Yvon and Romy, when it comes to passion, there is no breakup. It's not the fact of breaking up. It's the circumstances of life that are obstacles for the both. So it's not a breakup. They cannot be together. That's all. And they have different paths, different life circumstances. And it was not a breakup. It will never be a breakup. Like when they saw each other after years, he hugged her like crazy. She hugged him like crazy. And they had tears in their eyes because they wanted to be together, but they couldn't. So it's never a breakup when it comes to passion. It's just we cannot be together, you know. And this will last forever in their mind, for sure. If she sees him in 20 years, if he sees her also in 20 years, the same feelings will reemerge again, and they will remember. They know what happened between them. In a passion, the world doesn't, the outside world doesn't exist.
Okay.
Like it really doesn't exist. It's not like I want to go there, I want to go out, I want to do this, I want to do, no. I just want to be with you. Even in prison, I want to be with you. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yes.
I get that. I totally get that.
Yes.
I totally get that.
Yes.
Do you think there's going to be a part 2 to your book?
Not for the moment, no. Maybe a continuation. for the moment, there's no plan for another book yet, but it might later. But yeah, maybe what happened with Romy after, you know. So let's see. We don't know. Yeah.
So you think if Romeo falls in love with another guy, that she'll write another book?
It will never be a passion.
No, but
Romy will never live a passion again. This is what I think.
But it could be
It
like
happens
a
only,
love.
passion happens once. And I'm convinced it happens only once. She will love other men for sure. She will fall in love for sure. But will it be passion? A passionate story? I don't think so. Because I truly believe this passion hits you once. Like really once. This is what I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is what I think.
No, I agree with you because with the friendship that I have with the one that we're talking about soulmates, and I really do believe that we are soulmates. But also the reason why we cannot be together is because he's very satisfied in his own life. And even though he's single and whatever, but he's happy just being him, which is understandable and it's great. And sometimes, why not? But what I had with him, I haven't experienced it with anyone else. I have to admit, I really haven't. As much as I thought, oh my God, I had passion with other people or so on, I never.
Yes, there will always be in every girl, every woman's life, there will always be this one person.
Yeah, exactly.
Qui va te marquer à vie. So every woman has this, goes through this in her life. So yes, let's see what the future hides.
I'm so excited for you,
But
by the way.
Jala, there's something also that I would like to point out on. What I point out in this novel also is the timing. La vie, comment la vie fait les choses. Because when she was with Yvon, they knew, both of them knew that it was the bad timing because he said it several times to Romy. I'm so sad because it's the wrong timing, because if I had met you years ago, we would have been together, like forever. And she told him the same. So the timing is very important in life.
Okay. So then, going back to what you were saying, that love and passion cannot be together.
No, exactly. That was the timing played to our favor, probably, to live this passion.
But then I have a question for you.
C'est contradictoire.
Okay, but then I have a question for you. If you guys did meet years ago and you guys got married, you don't think you would have the passion, like...
Maybe not, because it was interdit. Our relationship was forbidden.
So it was even more exciting.
That's why I entitled the book L'Interdit, because it was in the shadow. C'était dans l'ombre. C'était une histoire dans l'ombre. À l'ombre des regards. So maybe not. Maybe we would have loved each other for sure, fell in love, had kids, blah, blah. But it wouldn't have been a passion.
It wouldn't have been like
story.
A spontaneous
But because,
thing?
maybe because it was forbidden, it was a passion. It was passion. It was simply passion. What can I say?
Or maybe not. Maybe you could have experienced all those things even if you guys were married.
Maybe. But it would have been a routine after, right? With all the problems that come with it.
You would have to.
With all the contexts, with everything. But I'm just pointing out on this passionate story that happened. And in the book, she expresses her feelings like she couldn't understand what's happening, what is moving in her. Like she loved man before, she fell in love before, but what she felt with this man was out of this world. Like she couldn't understand it. It's like when a woman gives birth to a child, she doesn't know what the love for a child is until she has a child. But
true.
So she discovered this kind of love that is really unique, and I wish for every woman to feel this, like, because it's simply amazing. Even if it doesn't last, it's amazing. Yes.
Do you want to read us a passage from your favorite chapter or your favorite paragraph?
Yes, of course. Okay, so there are different chapters in this book. Like when they met, I start with the explosion and then I go back to when the story starts. And there are different parts in the book of where they met. Donc c'est la rencontre. And then les balades, they used to walk together, have a walk together and chat and have a coffee together, specifically in this area where we're sitting, in Mar Mikhail also. And then there was this discret bar. The discret bar is the bar where they used to go to because they in this bar they wouldn't see all the people they know from their friends and common friends and so. And the discret bar was a major point in their story. There was her apartment, and there was a small place they used to go that I called Le Beau Harnais in the book, which is a coffee shop, but that no one knows. And that's it. So, but each chapter has a strong part. Okay, so I'm gonna read a part where there was the explosion and she went to her apartment and when she goes out of the apartment and what she felt. Okay, so dévastée par l'ampleur des dégâts, Romy ne pouvait s'empêcher de retenir ses larmes de désarroi et de tristesse. Elle reprit son souffle pour quelques instants afin de remettre en ordre ses pensées. Il fallait raisonner et sortir de ce gouffre au plus vite. Elle rattrapa le contrôle et la maîtrise de soi et en se dirigeant vers la sortie béante de son appartement, elle posa un dernier regard sur son logement, sur chaque meuble déchiqueté, témoin de leur amour. Le canapé sur lequel il s'allongeait, le coussin velours anthracite sur lequel il posait sa tête, leur lit, l'oreiller sur lequel ils s'endormaient, leur couette, laconiquement leur nid d'amour à l'ombre des regards, où ils s'étaient fabriqués leurs propres souvenirs, seuls au monde, dans leur bulle. So this is when she goes out of her apartment, and then she takes a walk in the street of Jemaise, and while taking a walk in the street of Jemaise, she goes to the discret bar where they used to meet, and she had to go also to his apartment because they had many souvenirs in his own flat. Et elle se retrouva dans leur discret bar, l'endroit où il se cachait des regards indiscrets avec son amant. Méconnaissable, le lieu avait connu un sort dévastateur. En ruine, les travaux n'avaient pas encore été entamés. Yeux fermés, elle revivait à travers ses émotions leurs premiers moments d'amour dans cet établissement de charme. Et pour clôturer cette balade amère du quartier, il fallait se diriger vers le lieu qui lui fut les plus cher, l'appartement d'Yvan. Et donc le cœur pincé, elle gravit les escaliers menant à son domicile, uniquement pour se remémorer les moments d'engouement où elle tapait à sa porte d'entrée pour le retrouver. So one of my favorite chapters is La danse de Salomé. So when you say elle a fait sa danse de Salomé is when a woman dances for a man to have what she wants. And because Salome danced for the king, for the head of John the Baptist. And one day they were together in her apartment and he told her, dance for me, dance for me. And she said, okay, I'll dance for you. And she danced for him. And then he told her, Romy, I want to give you anything you want, like really anything you want. But she did not say what she wants because she wanted him forever. And she didn't want to cut heads. So she only danced for him and he loved her afterwards.
Thank you, Joumana.
Thank you, Dee. It was amazing discussion. I hope you enjoyed reading L'Interdit.
Thank you for being honest and raw. I know how difficult it is to talk about these situations.
You just have to be honest with yourself and to say what you feel and just live your love story, live your life, live it, just live it.
And everyone has passed through a phase as a woman when they have been with someone who had someone already. Like there's no way, like no one had experienced it. Like we all have experienced it.
Sure.
You know, and especially the fact that you have a lot of girls that would be like, oh, but you know, the guy is separated, blah, blah, blah. When in reality, like there's no such thing. Guys are going to BS you, but just
Just live your story.
Just live your story.
Just live your story. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Amazing.